Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to American Falls by Lancyboi. Oh boy, what a day it is. Happy Tuesday. We came close to not having a Monday video. Very close. I happened to get on my PC Monday morning before I went to work, which I normally don't do, and noticed that the old video upload had failed during the evening, middle of the night. So I got that thing uploaded. Quality may not have been that great if you were early on watching it. My apologies. I think it's done rendering to HD, but we're past that now. Happy Tuesday. We have some things to talk about. Thank you to Josh for mentioning this bad boy to me. I was completely unaware of this mod. And he mentioned it in the comments, and I looked it up. I went out to the GitHub site and downloaded this thing and started taking a look at it, and I went through the tutorial. We're just going to look at the tutorial real quick. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. I think FarmSim Guy has a really good video on using this thing. If you're interested in getting it, get it from the GitHub site for, what's his name? FRVETZ, so FR Vets, FRVETZ. That's the place to get it. That's where you'll get the latest one. It's still in beta, so he says it may have and probably does have some glitches and faults, but I'll tell you, it's a pretty sweet little mod. It goes hand in hand with the repair and paint settings mod, which I totally forgot about, and I wish I would have remembered that. We might keep that mod around. We might keep this mod around. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, I disabled the advanced maintenance mod. Not a big deal. It's a basic mod that just throws kind of chance out there. If you're 50% in repairs, your tractor might break down. It's not very complicated. I'm not trying to diss on the mod, but it's a basic mod. This thing is a lot more detailed. And it's only going to get better. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this thing plays out. Yeah, let's go through this real quick. So the idea is your tractor is going to need maintenance throughout the year. Specific maintenance, not just generalized pay us $3,000 kind of stuff. And when it needs maintenance, it's out of service. You can't use it. You can also get, you can also have it basically inspected. That takes an hour. The inspection will find any hidden faults with the tractor as well. That's free. But of course you pay for all the repairs of whatever it finds and whatever is existing. So you could go 8 months, find one thing wrong with it, maybe cost $600. You do a full check, come back and it finds one or two more things. So there you go. Those things will come to light over time. So you're not wasting money or time. You're just kind of getting ahead of the faults. It does require the purchase of a pallet, a service pallet. I'll show you that here in a sec. But basically when you start the mod, you go through a tutorial. It's really well done. And we're gonna brush through this, but here's the main screen, the Control J screen. When you pull up to the pallet, to the service pallet, you're gonna hit Control J, and this is where most of the stuff's really gonna happen. This is the meat of the deal, right? So it's gonna tell you how much damage you've got, and this number can increase. Now, when I tested it, it took about 11 months, but I wasn't very hard on the tractors. I just did a little cultivating to find some damage. About that price, around that area. I think it might have been a little less, but around that area, $534. Then I went ahead and I did an inspection. And after an hour in-game time, so if you're playing 1 speed, it'll be a real hour. If you're playing 10 times speed, it's going to be 6 minutes. So it's based on your speed settings that you have. It found something else. So it came up with 2 things damaged, brought the price up to about $1,200. Now here's the cool thing. You get the repairs done, the tractor is out of service while the repairs are being done, and the time for the repairs increases the more things that are damaged. So your tractor, if it's got a ton of things wrong with it, it could be out of service for an entire day. They only work between certain hours. So if you go in at 10 o'clock at night and do this, nothing's going to happen until the next day. It'll schedule it, but work won't get done. In fact, right here it says from 7 a.m. to 2100 hours, which 2100 hours is 9 o'clock at night. And that's kind of the main gist behind it, I guess you would say. Primarily, it's just saying, hey, it's not insta-fix. Your tractors are going to be out of service if they're being inspected or repaired. It is going to, I don't know financially how it works out, if it's less or more or what. I have no idea how that's going to end up panning out. But that's the idea behind it. Now, when you go in, you need to buy a pallet. And you go into pallets, and we're going to scroll all the way to the back here. And you need to buy this servicing pallet. You can put it anywhere you want. And as soon as you drive up to this pallet, in fact, you can move it around, but I suppose you could put it on the back of a pickup. Wouldn't be a bad idea. You drive up to it. You hit Control-J. And that's where you get the fancy screen that tells you how much your tractor is damaged. How much it's going to cost. Do you want an inspection done? Etc. Etc. Very, very cool. A lot of details. I'm sure I've missed a couple things. Check out FarmSim Guy's tutorial. He did it a couple weeks ago. Again, shout out to Josh for letting me know about this thing. No idea it existed. So yeah, I rely on you guys for this kind of stuff. It's fantastic. So what are we doing here? I see our time has stopped. I wanted to stop time just to show you that. We'll get time kicked off here in a sec. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and get time kicked off because officially we are on the clock. I took a big lime job out. Field 49. Yeah, it's 31,000 bucks though. It's 31 grand before expenses. Now, if we take a look at TBG's favorite mod, the field calculator mod, you'll see that it's going to take a little over 47,000 liters of lime. We'll call it 48,000. Yours truly spent 150 some odd dollars to have it delivered to the field. So there's 2468, 16, 24 times 2 is 48,000 liters of lime sitting here. So that should cover us for this field. We're going to get it done before midnight tonight, I would think easily. According to better contracts, this is a pretty good paying job. It's not at the top of the list, but I think it was third or fourth from the list. And according to better contracts, it should take us 0.40 hours, which I think is at 1x speed. So playing at 6x, that should take us in-game about, what did I figure that? 10, 20, 30, 40, about 4 hours in-game. So we should be done somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 in the PM. If I shut up and my tractor starts. Oh, man. I didn't think about that. If my tractor starts. What are these mounds of refuse and dirt sitting here? Very interesting. Let's get filled up. Let's get started because we do have our work cut out for us. I don't know. You know, I really like... Boy, what is going on with our trailer? I don't know what's going on with our trailer. Why is it lifting off the ground and being all cattywampus? I may have to kill that maintenance mod if it wreaks havoc. I really don't know what to expect from it. I just thought it looked really cool. And I wanted to show you guys that real quick. Yeah, there's something weird going on with our spreader. We'll see how it performs out in the field. I do have full spread turned on. We will have, let's go ahead and turn on GPS, for goodness sakes. And let's knock this thing out. Or at least make an effort to get her done. I'm going to start We're going to start close. I was thinking starting far away, but we're going to start close. Because hopefully we get to 100% before we get to the very far corner there. So yeah, how's your week going? My week's been alright. You know, it's a week. It's a typical week. What are you going to do? I love new mods like that, though. Of course, it's PC only because, well, it's a heavily scripted mod. I'm going to assume, which I don't know if that's smart or not, but I'm going to assume that's not correct. Let's fix that right now. Brad, can you fix that for us, please? Can you fix, hit the right numbers? Thank you. I'm going to assume if it's a PC only mod that Macs are happy with it. I've always thought, you know, PC and Mac in the same, I don't think we need beacons. In the same vein. Yeah, yippee-ki-yay, right? Yippee-ki-yay. Onward and upward. Boy, I hope I didn't make a huge mistake taking on this contract. $89,657. If all goes well, we should have enough money after this to kill our loan. I don't know how much money we'll have left over, but we should have enough to put the kibosh on our loan. Boy, I don't know if it's just me. It's probably just me. Maybe a little of the placebo effect. I just don't remember our trailer being quite so unsteady. Now, the mod author does mention of the realistic maintenance mod that it does not impact accessories and you know, attachments. It's only for vehicles. He does say, however, I'm going to just say he, I think it's a he, that that is coming, which is pretty cool. At least that's the idea I got, is that his intentions, or their intentions, are to make sure that this advanced repair business covers everything, which I think would be bad to the bone. And now, see, this is stuff like this that I think we'd all love to see added to the game. Even if it's, you know, being able to toggle it on and off, you know. But this kind of stuff, to me, is what just adds so much to the game. And I don't know when we're going to get a new version of this game. Nobody seems to know when a new version of Farm Sim's coming out. We are getting close to the end of February, and we haven't heard anything about a season pass, a third season pass. We haven't heard anything about more DLC, unless I am completely missed anything. I think everybody's in the dark a little bit about what the heck's going to happen next. So thank you, mod authors, for continuing to add stuff. And continue to keep us players interested and excited in the game. Now, of course, this contract would suck major hinage if we had to drive all the way back to the store every time we needed to refill. I wouldn't have taken it if that was the case. We're talking, let's see, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 trips. 7 or 8 trips back and forth. And I just don't think we would have come close to accomplishing our goal if we had to do that. So store deliveries it is. We do pay for the store deliveries. It's not free. I might have, and I thought about it. I was going to go back and check. I wasn't sure if Oh, Brad. You're a little sharp on the corner there, buddy. I wasn't sure if I put the kibosh on store deliveries as part of this Let's Play. If I did, my apologies for going against that. Oh, I had some good cream soda today. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys like cream soda. I'm a big fan of cream soda. And it's been a long time since I've had IBC cream soda. And IBC cream soda is, for me, is tasty. Like I'm a simple guy with simple needs and a simple budget. And I usually get the, the old A&W cream soda or the Fago or whatever's on sale. Well, IBC happened to be on sale this week. And of course you buy it in 6-pack glass bottled 6-packs. Fancy schmancy. And I jumped on that. And I am glad I did because it is delicious. It's almost better than my adult water beverage. Close. Almost better than my adult water beverage. In fact, I would say it probably is better than my adult water beverage. Laser guided GPS that we have here. Let's go fill up since we're in the vicinity. I'm excited about this mod. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited, and I'm also tentative about it. Partially due to, of course, it being in beta. But we can always put the kibosh on it if it ends up being a disaster. It also, according to the mod author, goes hand in hand with this mod, which I installed. This where is it? Sound, lumberjack, chainsaw. I thought it was over here somewhere. It's the maintenance cost and painting cost. I think this mod is called the repair and paint settings mod. Yeah, by Ragman2414. And supposedly you can adjust these values right here. And that will have some impact on the realistic maintenance mod. I didn't touch those values yet. I was kind of thinking about messing with those anyways, because here's the thing. You all know how I feel about paint costs in this game, how ridiculous they are. So it'd be nice to be able to slide that paint slider cost way down so that it's close to even being realistic. And of course we can also muck around with repair costs. And that just reminded me too, the mod author also mentions that if you don't do the repairs, I don't know again the specifics on the thresholds and stuff, but certain damage is also going to lower the horsepower of your tractor. So you might find your tractor could pull a certain plow one day, and if you don't get repairs done, it may not be so capable of pulling that plow. Maybe it'll do slower. Maybe it won't be able to do it at all. If you let it go way too far, the tractor just isn't going to start. You've probably blown a head gasket, something like that, and you're kind of SOL. But there's some gray areas involved in this mod, which I really like. So it's going to impact more than just it's not all just working or not working. Of course, it doesn't. I don't know really what he bases it on either, as far as what causes the damage. I don't know if it's based on just working time, or if it's based on what type of work. Yeah, I don't know how he comes up with, or if it's just all, Vegas luck. I don't know. And I think that's where things get, obviously, even more complicated, but even better is when the game is getting smart enough to where it knows that you've got a tractor, and maybe all you do with that tractor, maybe it's just a karting tractor. And really all it needs is, regular oil changes and air filter changes and maybe some tires here and there. But your workhorse tractors that are out, doing the cultivating and the plowing and pulling the big seeders, those might need a little more maintenance. And I don't know if this mod takes any of that into account or what. Somebody, I think, asked, I'm not sure I saw the answer, but somebody, I think, asked as well if, you know what? Somebody asked too if it mattered if it was, Brad, come on, man. Really? Are you hooked up now? Oh, of course you are. Of course you are. Can't avoid, those trees. They're pretty small. They're hard to see. They're camouflaged. Somebody asked if it took into account hired helpers using the tractors, because I guess maybe some mods don't take that into account. And when you hire out a helper, it kind of stops the clock on needed repairs. I'm guessing that's not the case with this mod. I think the person that's doing this mod seems sophisticated enough to really take a lot of that stuff into consideration. They had a couple other mods out on their GitHub site. I don't know if they were, I'll have to look at those again. They look kind of interesting. More script mods. I'll tell you, one of the biggest things I think that could happen for this game, and I just don't see it happening, unfortunately, is scripting coming to consoles, and for the console players to be able to take advantage of these scripts. Because, if I'm a console player, I'm kind of sad that I don't get to use some of these mods. And it would be nice when it comes to crossplay. If you're looking at doing a multiplayer server, it'd be nice to not have to worry about, is this mod compatible for consoles and whatnot. I just don't see it going away. I don't see it happening. I don't think Microsoft or Sony are going to have any interest in allowing scripting mods at all. Unless Giants or somebody can figure out a way around it, which I don't think there is. But as soon as you say there's not a way around it, somebody finds a way around it. I watched some video the other day on old school hacking, the days when people were hacking Xboxes and PlayStations and hacking. We hacked our Wii. Oh man, did we ever hack the Wii. I don't know why I did it. It's not really like me to do that because of the cost invested in it if you screw it up. But I felt confident enough doing it at the time. And yeah, it got silly. The games you could get for it, just zero. How did the Wii come with on CDs, right? Like discs? Yeah, that went bye-bye. No more discs required. It was an interesting hack. Of course, eventually, you know, like all good things, it came to an end and kind of stopped working right, and this happened and that happened, and I wouldn't really touch much of that stuff these days. I'm not super into that kind of thing anymore. I mean, if you blow the kind of cash you have to on like an Xbox Series X, yeah, I'm not gonna noodle around with it. You know, it's just not gonna happen. I really thought I was gonna make it that time. Oh wait, whoa. Oh good, I thought okay. Sorry, I forgot thought I dropped something there. Well, it's good to see Tin Man out on Discord. I about fell off my chair when I went out. First of all, I was on the Discord server again today, which, thank you very much. I'm even impressed. But I saw Tin Man was out there. That's pretty sweet. Nice to see Tin Man out there. Good to see you, man. I know there was concern about you on the Discord server. I think we could see that you had visited it or joined it, but you didn't do the obligatory rules acceptance or something like that. I don't know how Discord works, man. Gen X Stoner knows it. I'm a noob. But it was good to see you out there. For sure. Where are we at? 64%. I'm feeling confident, which scares me a tad. I'm also feeling like our tractor isn't pulling this cart maybe as well as it was. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think it's all placebo. I think I have that maintenance mod in the back of my mind, and so... Oh, that was me. There you go. Gonna need that spreader bread. Another thing to keep in mind, if you do decide to check out this realistic maintenance mod, when you go out to the GitHub site and you download it, download the zip file, it is going to not be, you're not going to be able to just drag it right into your mods folder. It's not going to work. It's one of these deals where there's a folder inside the zip file, so you need to unzip the zip file first and then go into the contents of the folder that's in the zip file and rezip it. Now, if you're also like me and you use 7-zip, which I just right-click on, I just select all the files and right-click to 7-zip and tell 7-zip to add it to XYZ zip file. The default name for the mod file has what do you call them? Dashes? You know, the lines, dashes, right? I think that's what they're called. I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering the name of that character. But the character that's next to your 0 on your keyboard, a dash, I believe. At least 7-zip defaulted to putting dashes in the name. And when I put that into my mod folder and went in to see if the game picked it up, it did pick it up in my installed mods section. You know, in the same place you go to for the in-game mod hub. However, when I went to enable it, when I launched a game, it was not available. Then it dawned on me. Watch out for that tree this time, Brad. And that tree. Thank you. And then it dawned on me. And I don't know when this happened to me before. But I remembered Farming Simulator does not like dashes. I don't think it likes spaces either, blank spaces. But it definitely does not like dashes in the zip file name. It likes it enough to where it'll show you that the mod is there when you go to the downloadable mod menu in the menu, but when you actually launch your map and go to select it, you won't see it. So just a little tip, if you're planning on doing it, and if you're planning on doing it the way I did it, just get rid of those dashes. You can put an underline in between words. Farming Simulator doesn't mind the underline stuff. But it definitely is not a fan of the dash. Kind of weird. It's weird that it even lets you see it to begin with. You would think it would just not let you even see it, you know? That must be... that. Oh, that is a good slope. I was going to say, that'd be fun in the wintertime. Do a little... inner tubing down there. Boy, it's been a long time since I've been sledding or inner tubing. When I lived a little north of here, I forget who's in Michigan. Is it Josh, I think? Are you in Michigan? I always forget. My apologies. It's Josh or Jeffrey, but I used to live in Greenville, so you'll probably know where Greenville is. Kind of a small town. And there was a, over by the cemetery of all places, there was a, I'm trying to remember what it was. If it was a county thing or a city thing. I don't remember paying for it. But there was a decent sized hill that you could go to and do sledding. And it even had a rope lift. You know, one of those rope lifts? You ever use those where it's just a rope that's kind of like, I don't know, like a couple feet off the ground, maybe a little bit more, maybe 3 feet off the ground. I don't think it's even that high, maybe, but anyways, and it just keeps going. And basically, you put your sled or your inner tube or whatever underneath the rope, and then you lay on top of the rope. And it just takes you up the hill. It's a pretty basic design, you know, easy for kids and stuff like that. And I'm sure it's pretty inexpensive to put in and whatnot. But it sure beats the heck out of... I mean, what's the worst thing about going sledding? Is walking up the stinking hill again when you've already gone down a hill, right? And doing that multiple times really sucks. So, of course, my kids... you know, have the energy of jackrabbits at the time, so they didn't care. But Dad was having a freaking coronary at the bottom of the hill every time he had to go back up it again. So it was pleasant to have this. I wonder if that's still there. I haven't been there in years. I'd be curious if it is still around. But sledding is a lot of fun. Tons of fun. Especially if it's in like a really good hill. It's open. You're not worried about dodging trees. You know, pulling a Sonny Bono onto an oak tree or something is no fun. So it's nice to have nice open spaces to be able to just fly down the hill. Maybe a couple little jumps too. Yeah. Oh man. Reminds me of the old Christmas Vacation when Clark lubes up that disc, that sled disc he had with his special lubricant from work, and just hauls ass down the hill. And what's great too is, and I notice it all the time because it was pointed out to me. I think it was in some bloopers show, or I don't know where it was that I saw this, but once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. If you watch that scene when Clark's going down the hill and when he gets to the highway and he crosses the highway, you can actually see the wheels on the bottom of the sled. And now I can't unsee it. And it just drives me crazy. It's not really ruined the scene for me, but it's just one of those things where once it's pointed out, it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, well, it only lasts a couple seconds, so it's not that big a deal. But it's kind of funny that you can actually... They look like skateboard wheels kind of things, you know, or rollerblade wheels kind of stuff. I was going to say roller skate wheels, but I don't think anybody knows what roller skates are anymore. Time for a little adult smoky treat, and I've got my water beverage with me. However, I don't feel the need quite yet. I'm pretty jacked up on caffeine today. My heart was beating like a hamster around noon today because I had like 3 cups of coffee. I've been testing out my coffee maker, and man, it's just not healthy. It's just not healthy. I'm gonna have to be careful. It'll get old pretty soon, and I won't feel like I need to, because right now I feel like it needs to pay for itself. So I need to make a lot of coffee through it, because then I can say, okay, you know, it's paid for itself. I've made a lot of coffee with this thing. Come on, get to the end, you beast. Thank you. Well, I guess the question is going to be, what time did we say? 4 hours? Yeah, I figured we'd be a little later because of the trips back and forth to the liming station. But we are at 90%. So it's looking like we're going to be in the ballpark, which is great, because if this job went south, there was a lot of money that could go south here. And I really was not looking forward to that. But I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to be all right. I don't know if Mr. Store Delivery is going to have to bring us some more lime, though. We don't have a whole lot left here, peeps. Not a whole lot left. Hopefully these are 2 full bags. Looking good there. Come on, baby. Oh, it should be another full one. Come on now. Oh, it was not full. Well, that sucks. All right. 32 and some change left. Let's just go hope for the best, shall we? We've got pretty good coverage on the field here, so we do have that slice right there to the right of the trees that I didn't bother with, but I'm going to tackle this slice here. And these little triangles I left at the edge, almost looks like a hired helper did this field. I'm gonna leave those alone for now. Pretty sure we can kill our GPS at this point. I should be able to manage it from here. I certainly hope. Of course, I'm not adjusting the spread width because, as we have scientifically proven in the past, spread width is for looks only. Which is fine, whatever, you know. If it makes you feel better. How close are we going to get here? 94? We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. We are going to have to go get more lime. We've got time. If you've got the time, I've got the lime. 96%. I'm just going to verify it should be correct. Yeah. Well, what a bummer. Let's do some field hopping. Probably some creek hopping too. Does the creek run up through here somewhere? Probably. We're going to do some field hopping, and we're going to run to the store and get our lime. And I'm going to do that, and I'll be back post haste when we get back to our field. Alrighty. We are back in the saddle. 3 more bags of lime purchased. About another $1,000 out of the bank. Fortunately, the store was open. That was kind of handy. Where did we leave off? Way over here. Alright. Let's get this stinking contract knocked out and collect our money so we can get out of Dodge, go home, watch some TV, and go to bed. Yeah, buddy. 97%. This is going to make us... Oh, man, that did not... Stop. That did not take long. That got done quick. Wow, okay. Well, let's check out our money, shall we? Let me put the parking brake on here. We are at $88,000, just over $88,000. Let's collect our cash. $119, almost $120,000. The field is now perfectly limed. Of course it is. Not too shabby. That was a good lime contract, actually. I'm very happy with that. That actually should allow us... Oh, yes. That will allow us to pay off our loan. In fact, I think we are going to pay off our loan now so we don't have another evening or overnight of loan payments. Not that it's a whole lot. I think it's like $1,000. What's our loan payment? Does it say here? $1,049 it'll save us to pay this bad boy off now. $103,525. Right? 103,525. Make a special repayment. I feel special. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bankman. So that leaves us with no loans active, which means we can take a loan out. Oh, yes, we can. Which is good news because we're going to buy a field, I think. I think we're going to take enough money out to buy that field that Gen X recommended. $75,000 field. Oh, jeez. Okay. $75,000 field. Let's turn some lights on so I can see where I'm going. Kind of like to have just the brights on in the front, but I guess that ain't going to happen. I'm thinking now 75 grand for a field, and then do we want to take enough money out so we can buy a mower? We don't need a super fancy mower, but it would be nice to get some kind of a mower set up. This Valtra has enough horsepower to allow us that luxury of getting at least a front and rear mower set up. We can always lease a tedder, a windrower. It'd be nice to be able to buy a mower that does windrowing. That would save us some hassle. Do we have anything here in the used market? Of course we do not. I'm thinking something along these lines. I was looking here. I had enabled this gizmo here. Check that bad boy out. Includes a windrower. It's a square baler. I don't know if we want to do square bales or not. Don't really have much of a choice when it comes to this style if we end up going this way. 85 grand is a really good price for those. Of course, 56,000 for the simple Vermeer. round baler, which I quite like. But you can only do... Oh, no, you can. You can do through 180s. Okay. I have no quick baler. I felt that was a bit too easy for this particular Let's Play. So I left the quick baler out. Let's give some thought to our baling and grass and lawn mowing and whatnot for next time. And see what we can come up with. We're going to probably need to seed the field, of course. It's unlikely that it has grass. I haven't looked, so we'll check that out. But we're probably going to have to seed the field. And like Gen X said, you know, made a good point. With grass, I think you get 4 cuttings a year. I mean, you can do more than that if you want to, but if you let it grow to its, you know, to its max levels, I think you can get 4 cuttings a year. Not sure with seasons. It seems like with seasons, maybe that might... Oh, Brad, what are you doing here, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? Put a little effort into this one, Brad. Put a little stinking effort into it. Don't hit that tree back there with your spreader. Don't hit our cultivator either. That'll work. Close enough. All right. Well, that's all she wrote. A successful January, if I may say. Paid off our loan. We are debt-free, only to become in debt very, very quickly. We are looking at field 720-something. 27. I think this little gizmo right here is what we're looking at because it's only 72 grand, which is very nice. 178. So I looked around the map, and that's probably really our only... It's really going to be our only bet for this early in the game. I mean, field 39 isn't that much more, but I do kind of like the convenience of this guy here. It's kind of in between home and the shop. Field 5. Oh, field 5 is super cheap. Maybe we should buy a couple fields. Can we be that risky? We've got this guy and 6. These two together. 44 in between we don't care about. That's woods. But that guy and that guy. All right, we'll give it some thought. We'll figure it out. Either way, the bank man will be happy to see us tomorrow. Make some more money off of us. You all take care of yourselves. Thanks for joining me once again on a little bit longer episode, but I appreciate you hanging around. I just heard a noise. I don't know what that noise was, but okay. Anyways, thanks again, everyone. You take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Please subscribe if you like the content. Leave a like also. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you all real soon. Bye for now.